I'm sorry. Okay. Is this working? Alright. Hi guys. Let me know if you can hear and see me fine, please. Is it working? Can you hear? Can you see me? Hi Misha, hi Susan, hi Patricia, hi Mikey. Hi guys. Patricia says, have you had the same heat wave? Yeah, we yesterday we had that 35 humidex 42. Today's a bit better since it's raining, so we trade a lot of humidity for a little bit less heat. Good sound and visual. Oh, awesome, thank you guys. I never know. Never quite sure. Hey Nicole, hi. Heat wave here in Ireland. I hope you never get to experience one like this. It's not pleasant. Hey Kevin. Hey Otto. I'm so glad to see you, and I'm so sorry I missed your message yesterday. I really need to figure out a better way to take notice of my phone's notifications. I'm happy to take a little more humidity over all that heat. Yeah. And I mean, it's raining, so of course it's going to be very humid. It should be close to 100%. It's 32 Celsius here. I don't know how much it is right now outside, but hold on, I can check. Let's grab the phone. It's okay, it was in the middle of the night. Yeah, but I mean, not exactly for me. It's just that I didn't check my messages, which is not a good habit. Hold on, it says 23 Celsius in Montreal with rain. With rain. It's loading. I wanna know what it feels like. Oh, 23 feels like 23. All right, I'll take it. I've seen a lot worse, you know. I never. Yeah, I know, but still. Things got. Oh, I'm so sorry, Otto. Hi, Lise. What a crummy week. I mean, I'm glad I don't have much more to complain about than the heat. Oh, and it was a bit weird as a week because it was my mom's birthday last week, and it was just weird to adjust to the first time it's her birthday, but not having like not having to call her or to think of a card or a gift. It's just so weird. I don't think that's something you can definitely get used to. I think it's always gonna be a bit weird. So yeah, that was kind of surreal a bit. I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna draw today, but why is it that every time I reorganize my desk I never find anything after? It's supposed to be organized. On a good bad note. Oh, wait, what? Okay, so Nicole says, on a good bad note, my friend that passed was a Twitch streamer and his followers asked us to talk to his mom to start a GoFundMe to raise money for charity. They raised $45,000 in one day. Yikes, that's amazing. Probably always a bit weird. Some holidays are like that for me. 21 years. Yeah, I mean, it's like we didn't really have any holidays of sorts because I wouldn't go to the family for Christmas because of the winter conditions and all that. And so basically our moment was in the summer, like July, August. So we're coming up on that, and it's really weird to have to adjust to, like, I keep seeing things and I'm like, oh yeah, we bought this when we went thrifting and we should be able to go again this wait, no. So it's always like this, yeah, wait, no. So yeah, it's weird. How's the tin working out? It's working out perfectly. Look at that. It's like the perfect size. I have everything I use the most in there. I have this 2 white pens, a bunch of various pencils, leads, erasers, all the ink things I use the most. I have clips, washi tape cutter, and there's still room for like a few more things. And I love it because it's a lot harder to lose it and all the rubbish I have, so I'm so sorry for your loss. Oh, thank you. At first of everything is always weird, and gradually that softens into gentle memories. Yeah, that's what I hope is gonna happen. Hey Phoebe, hi. But you know, it's just this constant adjustment period. That's like, you don't say you try new glasses, you get a new pair of glasses. Well, there's always a bit of an adjustment, but it's a day or two and then you forget about it. But this is something that you never really fully adjust, and then you can never really forget. So it's just weird, but let's keep it to possibly some happier stuff. I've been making more paints this week, and I was thinking of making sort of a themed release next time. So far I have these 3 sort of like in the drying test phase. Hopefully they will dry fine. But there's some manganese violet with the granulation, some ultramarine violet, some like a gold mica to be like an accent, and I think I'm gonna try to add the dioxazine violet to this if I can mull it properly. And I think it's gonna be quite a fun themed release to have like 3 purples and a gold that complements it. And I was thinking of making the freebies also something special. Like, I don't know, maybe if you purchase one of each color of this release, you get a freebie. Hold on, let me grab what I mean. Oh wait, I put a bunch of stuff in front of it. Okay, how can I do this? Let's see if I can grab all of these in one go. Okay, that's good. Let's start with this for now. Right. Yeah, it is a paradigm shift, pretty much. And what's washi tape cutter? It's a really fun little thingamajig that you get this kind of clip thing here, and you can put it on your roll and you just move it around. And then you can just quickly cut your washi tape like that. It's pretty handy. And it's kind of minimal, and yeah. So yeah, the things that I'm thinking of adding to the orders is if someone orders just a few pans, I would probably give out a dot sample, which is, you know, always fun. But like if someone orders out the whole set, maybe have them like add one of these little I had fun with these. I made like paint cakes, but in fun shapes. So we have a taiyaki fish, flower, a leaf, I think, a bird, and this is a coffee bean. And it's dry paint. It's a nugget of dry paint. These are all buff titanium. So yeah, but you can easily put those in a pan or something, especially the beans fit in a pan, and then you can put it in a well of a palette if you prefer that. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't have enough hands for everything. I had to move, now I'm hot. Hey Annette, hey Dominic, hi. GoFundMes are weird. How long are we gonna be able to use them without everyone asking for something to help them? Kind of like the gum situation in school. If you have it, you gotta share it. Wait, what? Oh, what are you cooking, Lise? That will be a momiji leaf. A Japanese maple leaf, so that's even better. Japanese maples are so pretty. Like, I'm Canadian, so I know maples, right? And I gotta say, Japanese maples are like the best of both. They're so pretty. It's like the watercolors version of fancy rose soap. It is. Yeah, it is all watercolor. They look like a Rakugan sweets mold. Yeah, they, I think they're, hold on, what's the word? Well, you probably know more than that. What's the Japanese word for the, you know, the dry sweets that are like pressed into mold? It's a really cute mold. It has a bunny too. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but it's oh yeah, that's blasted out. So yeah, you have the two taiyaki halves, so the fish pancake, fish shaped pancake, the bunny, flower, momiji, and the bird. So it is Rakugan, okay. So yeah, for fun I tried to pour some paints into there and see if they can keep the shape well, and so far it has worked. But yeah, I first need to make sure the pens are good and the paints are nice and rewettable and all of that. No, it's wagashi. Wagashi, I think, is the word I was looking for. Yeah, the taiyaki is not... Well, those were molds for... I don't remember what was the theme of this mold set. But it's for clay, basically. And they are from Japan, so... I hope I can try a taiyaki one day. I wonder if they make the very fusion-esque Nutella taiyaki. Can you imagine? Oh, so much Nutella. Or any kind of chocolate stuffing in there. Otto says wagashi is the umbrella term for Japanese sweets. So all of them. Wagashi literally means Japanese gashi or kashi is sweets. Yeah, hard to forget. Rakugan is one type of sweets out of many wagashi. Oh man. Like, don't tell me that doesn't make you want to try them all. Those paintings are adorable. Oh, thank you. I want all the shapes. Yeah, I'll have to figure out how how to set it all up, but I kind of want to make something a bit different, so I still bring something new to the scene, because there's quite a few handmade watercolor handmade watercolor makers. Like, there's quite a bunch of them, and like it or not, we end up offering the same pigments, because we probably all buy them from the same space anyway, the same place. So I was trying to make something a bit more special. Hopefully I'll be able to hold on to this idea for a tiny while. Maybe. Annette asks, are those pencils really better? In comparison to what? I think there are many types of wagashi, so they're not all mostly sugar. In fact, I would be surprised if any traditional Japanese sweet was that sugary. Hey Nancy! Hi! It's nice to see you. Oh, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna paint today, right? I wanted to continue on the theme of drawing something summery, but... So we had the berry picking one, the lemonade stand. Last week we had the spread that I still haven't painted. Oh, is it really better than a regular pencil? Well, probably not. They're a really good pencil. They're really smooth. They're fairly consistent in quality, and they're quite long too. But they're also quite expensive. The ones I have, I got them on sale, because otherwise they're kind of a bit pricey. But they are really great, and I like that they come with, well, they don't come with it, you have to purchase it, but they also offer this this cover, which is really handy, because who hasn't dropped either their pencil or the whole case and then all the leads are broken? I'm drawing a sunflower field. Oh wow. My morning glories just started. Oh, those are lovely. Morning glories are a great reason to get up in the morning. I agree. Walled garden, botanical garden theme. How about cats stuck on a big old-fashioned portion? Oh, that's cute. I love that. And what I really like of this is it's the, you know how much cats like water. Most of them, they're not really fond of it, so that gives me room to make them really expressive. I don't know if I'd get a Blackwing, but I do like 2B plus LEDs. I'd assume anyone would love a 4B LED compared to a regular pencil. I don't think these are not graded the regular pencil grading notions, so I don't really know what they are the equivalent of, but personally I don't do well with really hard LEDs. I kind of prefer like HB 2B. If anything harder than HB, I have a hard time using because it indents on the paper a lot, and that's not that's not great, especially with watercolor paper. Like if you leave an indent on your watercolor paper, it's gonna be all weird after. That was Baba yesterday. It was pouring rain and he was laying across the entire porch bench just purring, watching it rain like the king he is. Aww. Good boy. There's a duo of cats we often see on our walks. And they are such chill cats because all they do is spend their time either in the garden or on the porch. And they always look like they're always sleeping and or like half hidden into plants and just comfy. And they always crack me up because I'm like, oh, what a tough life. Yeah, I dubbed one Creamsicle and the other one is either Big Floofy or the Lion King because he looks like a big lion with a mane. It's not the proper color, but you know. I was Lion King very regal, yeah. Yeah, I call him Creamsicle because he's big and orange. And he totally looks like a softie inside, so. Not that I'm a big fan of Creamsicle personally, but it's definitely fitting. And that's really funny. Once he was hidden away in the garden and I absolutely did not see him or her. I don't know, but I think it's a him. And it's Mr. E who spotted the cat because there was a pair of hind legs popping out of a bunch of plants in the garden, like he was laying through the plants. So Dominic says 2H plus leads are mostly for on the drawings, and yeah, I'll never use any hard leads for a watercolor painting because it would damage the heck out of the paper's tooth. Yeah, and it's hard to erase too. I mean, the bigger leads, they smudge more, but they're also easier to erase because you don't dent the paper as much. Hey Lama, hi! Okay, so now Susan asks, so did everyone order one or more of the new granulating Schminke colors? For those who are unaware, Schminke has released very recently a bunch of new colors that are extra granulating. Like they're all of them are mixes, but they're mixes that really focus on creating gorgeous colors that will, you know, separate and create an effect just by being on the paper. And they released 15 colors. They're in 3 kind of categories, like one is Galaxy, one is Glacier, and the third one I don't remember. But there's like 5 of each, technically. And they're quite lovely. Jackson has them, but they're probably out of stock of a bunch of them by now. I used to be really fond of fudgesicles as well. Here's the house queen. I've had to feed Sydney on the table since she won't eat on the floor because of the cold air conditioning blowing low and everywhere. Aww. But she would freeze her toe beans. Deep Sea is the third one, yeah. Okay, so we got Galaxy, Deep Sea, and... hold on. I know this. Wow, I just forgot. Hold on, I can find it again. Glacier. There you go. I really used to love fudgesicles, especially when they would get just a tiny bit soft. Oh man, that was like eating soft serve on a stick. I haven't even ordered one and I'm a little too proud of myself, to be honest. Please. Otto says I'll be making dot cards of all the new colors. That's gonna be Patreon rewards, right? Is it gonna be like spread out on 2 months, or how do you want to set this up? Do a bit of promo. Yeah, and also Otto says, and that's a very good mention, that all Schminke is on sale over on Jackson's, all pans and tubes. I don't think the sets are on sale, but this reminds me a lot of my grandma's porch. This kind of porch with like plants and or something at the bottom, that's kind of very common in the typical old French Canadian houses. And my dad was raised in one of those, so used to be like my granddad, my grandma's, and yeah, I have fun memories of such a porch, going to play on it as a kid. Looks like a few of the colors are sold out already. Oh yeah, I'm not surprised. They will restock. Hey, I try not to promote in your chat about my own stuff. Yeah, I know, and that's kind of like the more polite thing to do. But since we're talking about this stuff, I don't know, if you want to talk about it, you can. But if you'd rather not, that's fine. It will be Patreon rewards, 8 colors in August and 7 colors in the September one. That's awesome. I love that they're not all at once, because that gives you time to play with the first set. and then get the new ones and play with those too, and then realize you kind of need them all in your life and cry a bit. I was looking at them and I find them all really pretty, but it was so difficult to choose one, and I didn't have any plan on how I was gonna use it, so I ended up not buying any yet. Like they're special, but they don't mention they're gonna be a limited edition thing. So I'm kind of hopeful that they're gonna be available for a bit. No, it's perfect. I mean, we're talking about this stuff. I think promoting stuff is really awkward when it's not the topic of a discussion. But since we are talking about these paints and acquiring them, and that I don't think it's in everyone's budget for now to purchase all 15, so having the option of the dot card is really interesting. Especially since, you know, Otto's dot cards are not like schminkes. The dots can be used for, you know, more than a tiny swatch. Otto says Deep Sea Violet, Deep Sea Indigo, Deep Sea Green, Glacier Green, Galaxy Pink, and Galaxy Brown are sold out. Oh no, it's limited edition. Oh no. No! Oh, crapo. I was really interested into the there are two that are like almost black. And those are possibly the two that I don't know. I kind of have to figure out a way to sort it out in my head, because how are you supposed to prioritize anything when there's like 15 options? I'm not good at like I don't know, if there are many things that interest me, I'm not good at putting them in order and getting them gradually. That's not it goes like for art supplies, it goes for food at the grocery store. I say they have I don't know, say there's a new brand of vegan ice cream, let's just pretend, and suddenly there's like 2 flavors that I really like. I'm not gonna be able to choose. It's gonna be very difficult. So imagine having 15 options. So I had to find a way to prioritize. So I that's why I went for like the blacker ones were really appealing. Hey, Josefina, hi. Good lord, Schminke cards are the stingiest. They are so stingy, though. Deep Sea Black and Glacier Black, probably. The Galaxy sort of the Galaxy ones don't have a black, like a base black color, but yeah, I think one is like bluish black and the other is a tiny bit more brownish black between Deep Sea Black and Glacier Black. Those names. To be fair, Daniel Smith thought cards are tiny too. Oh yeah, I didn't say that Daniel Smith was any better. That's called decision fatigue. Too many choices makes it hard to compare and contrast. Yeah. And also, like, I mean, it's a thing that, like, I think I'm on top of that, I'm really bad at that from the beginning. Like, I can be really decisive about some things, but if there's not a clear winner in a selection, I have a really hard time picking one. Someone once told me that it was because I'm a Libra, but I'm like, eh. Yes. I've been having fun with Posca markers recently. As a sort of way to step out of what I usually do and I just lost my train of thought. It's a way to step out of what I usually do and play with different limitations in mind. Oh yeah, I don't think it's fair to call Otto's dot card. They would be stripe card because it's a really nice juicy like instead of a tiny lame dot. I've been having a hard time finding Daniel Smith, Monte, Amiata, Sienna Natural here in Canada, so I ordered it from Jackson's. Of course I had to throw in a new brush. What's the new brush, Patricia? The usual dots on the card are so tiny. After I showed them to my husband, he came up with a plan to create dot cards for other I don't think he would be the first one to think of that. I'm not quite sure that's entirely legal, but Nicole says, me too. At work, I'm the voice of reason and can get everyone to come to a decision as a group, but if I have to make a choice of blueberry or grape or raspberry jam, I will sit there for 20 minutes. Yeah, exactly. Or exit the store with all three. He sends greetings and is back to Call of Duty. Well, hello there. Oh yeah, Kana's paints look lovely. We have a really good amount of paint makers in the community. We have Kana, there's Eliza, there's Dan, there Otto made paints too for a while. I also occasionally make paints. Hold on, I'm sure I'm missing out on half the people. Tsukabu has started making paints too. Nancy says, what limitations? Well, you have to think in flat colors, like I can show you what experiments I did with it. Like that's just for fun, keep in mind. But like everything is flat. You don't have gradient, you can't really dilute since you're using the pen directly. But you can also cover up over on top of things. So it's kind of just interesting to work with that. And you can't really create new colors by mixing. You gotta find ways to make the colors you have fit together. So that's been yeah, like I bought the like super inexpensive canvas boards from Dessert that are like 12 for $10, I think, just to have a proper I tried on cardboard first, but the cardboard would bend like bend round so badly. I was like, no, I need something that stays flat, please. Yeah, Otto's dots are all they are the castrated Tom Maine Coons of the dot card. says, I'm currently stuck a little with my art and do a lot of sketching, but I did play around with the new paints and had hours of swatching yesterday. That's great. That's something I don't do enough. Like working with the Posca pens. Well, I have a few Posca and a few Moloko pens, and like working with those kind of reminds me that I never really work with watercolor in the optic of just having fun, you know, just for the sake of just doodling thing with the paint, or like I'm kind of stuck in this area of like, if I paint with watercolors, it has to be a full painting. I never play with it. Patricia says the brush is a Casaneo liner number 8, the one with the big belly and very thin tip. Oh, I hope you will enjoy that one. Why is it so hot in here? The AC was on not long ago, like 40 minutes ago. Amisha says I can get overwhelmed with too many choices. I hate trying to shop on Amazon without a direct link. Oh yeah. Amazon has this really big thing with resellers too. Sometimes it's not that they're bad things, it's just that how am I supposed to choose between the 20 things that all have the same product picture from different brands that have different names but are technically all the same? Sprawler Maine Coon sound cuter than toothpaste love. Big cats are the best. Aw. Have you tried watercolor board? Fredericks has a good one here. I haven't yet. I miss going physically to like the art supply shop just to be able to look at things, because you can shop online, but it's not quite the same. Oh, have a good dinner, Lana. Neat and peaceful. Oh, yeah, no problem. No problem. Clumsy fingers are something we all deal with. Oh, that's great. If I get too warm, I might have to end the stream a bit early, because it's I don't do good with heat. Mr. E is a bit better. It doesn't get as warm as quickly as I do. But yeah, I sure do get sweaty, and it's not a cute look, and it's not super comfy. Yeah, my grandma, who had a porch like this, my dad told me it was his mother, but my dad told me that there was a thing she used to do, and I could really relate with it. But she used to she didn't let the cats in, but she would leave food out for the stray cats in the neighborhood. And I think I don't know if dad told me that they would sometime come in just a bit, but I don't think she would let them, but she would always like leave food for them on the back porch. And I really can relate to that. I didn't know her for very long, but she was really neat. I like how Irit plays around with her paints. I try to do that now, and it does help. Yeah, I don't do it enough. Patricia says Curry's lets customer in a little hand sanitizer and you're good to go. I think some dessert shops do too, but yeah, I don't have any Curry's in Quebec. I chose a 5x7 watercolor. Oh, I have cold water. I need to drink more. I chose a 5x7 watercolor journal, so I would be looser and use it to play, but I ended up just making full paintings smaller than they should be. Oh no, Nicole! Oh yeah, that's the thing. Mikey says, I just had my White Nights palette delivered, the pale lavender one that holds so much paint. Awesome! These are great. They look so good. Hold on. Otto says, I just found a place in Scotland called Doll. Well, at least you know what to expect. What? Oh, that's funny. My grandmother has a whole family of cats living in her backyard, and she feeds them and even brought them. Oh, that's so cute, Phoebe. Oh. I don't have the little fan. Mr. E has custody of the little fan at the moment because he's in the other room, and he's also, you know, hot. I have the AC, but you know how noisy ACs are. I'd imagine Doll is pretty popular in this pandemic. Yep. I think Doll describes this pandemic. Oh no! Oh gosh. Dull and devastating. I was hoping to go away for a wee local holiday for my birthday, but I don't think it's going to happen. Oh, it's not possible at all, because I, knowing you, I'm fairly confident that it would have been a very introvert holiday. So it's not like you want to go like to the beach and be around people and go to bars and 2020 should have recalled it's defective. It definitely is. The only reason why I'm not like, that's crap, it's because I'm super afraid of jinxing it for the 2021. Like, if I put too much hope in it, it's gonna be like a disaster. We all know it. So I'm kind of terrified of that. You could turn on the AC and in your old man voice pretend you can't hear us. You would have to be the ones doing the old person voice because you wouldn't be able to hear me. It's really, really loud. My grandmother lives out of state, so I haven't been able to see her since Christmas. Not being able to travel sucks. Yeah, I haven't seen my family in a year. I mean, that's usually how we roll. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure I'll be able to visit them at the same time I usually do in a year. Might have to postpone it a bit. Otto says, yeah, it will be a little wee cottage or hut in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of the hills and countryside. You might be able to make that happen regardless. You would just have to do cleaning, I guess. To be honest, the last few years have been in doubtful condition, so we should have thought to switch vendors. There's not a lot of competition in the selling of years, unfortunately. Aww. Otto says, when the lockdown started, we knew hubby's birthday was going to be in a lockdown, so we were doubly hoping to go away for my birthday, which is also our wedding anniversary. Aww. No campsites are open. Yeah, I guess the issue with campsites would be the communal bathrooms. Like, you can definitely pitch your tent in a safe distance away from other people, but usually it's communal showers, sinks, toilets in campsites, so that's great. Time monopolies. Oops, sorry. The provincial parks are all open here for camping, and it's been giving people such good relief. As long as it doesn't turn into more people being sick. That's the only thing. I mean, I don't think the idea of reopening stuff is bad. What's actually unpredictable is the human part of the equation. Because yeah, if everybody wore a mask and if everybody was careful, it wouldn't be that worrisome to reopen stuff. But we know that a lot of people can't be trusted, so... Hey, Alex! Hi! Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I'm of the opinion that we would be better off to wait a bit longer until it's safer to reopen stuff, so that we don't have to close it back down like 2 weeks into it. That doesn't sound like the best option. Apparently it's been worked out really well, lots of rangers. Oh, I hope so. And I mean, I hope that the people who possibly go there for camping are maybe careful, or at least it's not even about being careful, it's just, you know, the most basic things to do. Hey, Lindsay, hi. Malvina! Hi! I get so sad when I see people doing everything they can to avoid, like, putting on a mask. From purchasing masks that are, like, in lace, so that are too breathable, to cutting holes in their masks. And I'm like, yeah. That's cute. That's a really cute look. I hope you in the US and Canada will soon be through the worst. I was sad to see things get... I think Canada is not doing all that bad. Surprisingly, maybe. Oh, renting a caravan. That sounds... I've been seeing a lot of people wearing masks that cover their mouth but not their nose. That's so silly. Patricia says the town park here is large with a great lakefront. Oh, that sounds lovely. So it's popular and people have been trying to get in from Toronto. Turned away at check-in. People are being so respectful. Oh, really? Wow. What is this feeling? Is it hope? wait, is it hope that I'm feeling? What? Otto says, cutting holes in their masks, what the heck? Yeah. It's nice to have you back, Josephina. Yeah, there was one of those really lovely anti-mask people. That was sarcasm. But he was going around in like Costco with, let's assume this is not a terribly drawn mask and just, a mask, and you have and the guy had cut off all this part of his mask. This was cut off. And he was walking around Costco insulting people that were wearing their masks. Calling them like sheeples, or, And I was like, eh. Though, I don't know if you guys saw that, but there was one video about a dude in Costco that was being told that he wouldn't be served if he wasn't wearing a mask. Like, he couldn't purchase anything. And the guy started rambling about his whatever rights, And the Costco employee just asked that the dude be escorted outside of the shop, and he took away his cart and he kicked him out, politely. But yeah, I'm glad to say that these disrespectful people don't get their way all that often. You can't fix stupid. That's a very fair point. It's always so surprising, though, from this point of view of not ever considering doing this stuff. And seeing people who are just like, but... Yep. My brain hurts just thinking about, oh no. Yeah, the one that I was particularly sort of sadly impressed with, like, when you're impressed by how far people will go to be awful human beings, was the the sort of gauze lace masks. Like, they were completely see-through. Like, it was, you know, those sort of wispy decorative fabrics. And the comments on the listing, it was on Etsy, I think. The comments on the listing were stuff like Karens. I apologize if your name is Karen, but you know what Karens are. And yeah, a bunch of Karens being like, thank you so much for offering this. That way I can shop in peace and no one will bother me and blah 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 blah. And I was like, ugh. In the words of Judge Judy, beauty fades, dumb is forever. That's awesome. That's so good. By the way, I can't wear a mask for medical reasons and it has had its challenge. Oh yeah, definitely. That's the other thing. It's the same logic as vaccines, that everyone who can wear one should wear one to help protect the ones who can't. Have you been able to find a face shield, Patricia? I think face shield can be a great option too, because they're not as close on the face, but they offer some level of protection too. Actually, you can fix stupid, but make sure your alibi is airtight. Oh no! Oh no! I've seen a bunch of people. It was often. Well, I've seen all kinds of people wear face shields, and are actually worse for breathing. Really? How so? I wouldn't have thought. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to be someone who has a medical reason for not wearing a mask. Like all the people with respiratory or breathing issues. I was talking to my grandma, and she has developed a bit of asthma, and she was like, it's difficult. I wear it, but like it's hard to breathe through it. And I'm like, I'm so glad that she sort of recognizes that it's important anyway. But yeah, I wish there was a way to just for the safety of mine, also for these people to feel safe. Like it's nerve-wracking to go outside when you have to rely on other people for your safety, and you know that some people out there are being really, really stupid about it. All the cashiers I see wear face shield. Yeah, I've seen both actually. Oh, it depends on when. Like, I think a little while ago they were wearing face shields and masks. Now a lot of them just wear the masks. Oh, guys, I have a really easy, fun summer recipe to share with you. It's called the maple slushy. I started just blending ice, cold water, and maple syrup, and it makes it grinds the ice into a kind of slush, and with the maple, and it tastes amazing, and it's cold. And it gives you a bit of energy. So it's really, really nice. The shields protect the eyes, but the air exchange is too far below to work well. Oh no. Ah, what a bummer. What? Oh. So Nicole says, the last time I went food shopping, the cashier took off his mask, wiped his nose with his gloved hand, and reached for my food. I flipped out and made him change his gloves. Oh, come on. Hey, welcome back, Lena. Oh yeah, the maple slushy is absolutely amazing. It tastes like my favorite sorbet that I can only get in the spring because that's the only time the sorbet places has it, or the ice cream place has it. And it's called like maple snow or something, like winter snow, whatever. It's called neige d'érable in French, so that would be maple snow. But it's basically the same. So I'm like, haha, I found a dupe that doesn't cost like $15 per half pint? I don't know. Ooh, snack. Yeah, I'm getting hungry again. Why? Oh my gosh, Amisha, you're so harsh on yourself. I gotta hook in my supplier? Wait, what? We need a fun topic. I thought maple slushy was a fun topic. Now I'm sad. Oh, well, if you have a blender, Patricia, you should try it. And what I like of it too is that I can adjust the amount of maple syrup I put in it. So if I don't feel for something super sweet, I can put a bit less, and it's still super refreshing because it's mostly ice. Ice. Okay, let's try to ink this. Since this is not a very big drawing, I think I might try to ink it with not the brush pen, because even though I can get some fine lines with the brush pen, I might try to ink it with the a fine liner, which is not something I do often. You didn't see this poor bird. It was pretty bad. Aw. You gotta take the side of things to declare it stylized. It's not bad, it's stylized. Because, I mean, it's so subjective. My tooth still hurts, so I'm not so sweet. Yeah, definitely. Or even cold. Like something as cold as crushed ice might be quite painful too. We're on to burger and other food, also always fat cats. Food and cats are really like... Wait, hold on. Lee says I just had pasta with chanterelles and beef in cream sauce with broccoli and I am so stuffed. It sounds amazing. Green alcohol slushies, man, those sound good. I never really developed a taste for alcohol, so I would know, but maybe not this one. Oh, sorry, that was bad. Yeah, trust me to bump into everything. I got so lucky and the chanterelles were really cheap yesterday. It's difficult to speak French and English in the same sentence. It just tasted like a slushy, that's why they're dangerous. I'm thinking of having toast spread with spicy arrabbiata. Oh, that sounds lovely. Arrabbiata, well, I think there's a few versions of it, but it's usually spicy tomato sauce. Random. Who here has cats who can pull things down, knock them over with their dumb monkey tails? Scout does all the time. She's so annoying with her stupid tail. Yeah, but oh my gosh, Nicole, peanut butter and jelly is delicious. I cooked pasta for lunch and regretted it. Not because it wasn't good, but because it was so warm to cook. I was so like sweaty afterwards. What am I hearing? I keep hearing sort of a buzzing sound. I'm quite fond of the peanut butter and honey combo. Especially if you tend to purchase natural peanut butter. Like the one where the oils separate from and you gotta stir it often. I am team forever maple syrup on pancakes. I cannot envision anything else going on a pancake. Or if you're not a jelly fan, peanut butter with honey and bananas is a good sandwich. Or peanut butter with jam. I'm fond of peanut butter and strawberry jam. I think this crowd is not too big on strawberry jam. How about a waffle? Waffle is gonna be maple syrup too. What's the difference between jam and jelly? Well, I don't know if it's the same for everyone, but jam is, to me, that's something like preserves, and jelly, it's something you have that's, you know, like a jelly, like translucent. It's often grape or apple jelly, while the jams will be, you know, the berries, orchard fruits. Peanut butter and maple syrup, yeah, that's good. Oh, yay! More strawberry jam people! Or are you with me because it's maple syrup only with stuff? But yeah, oh my gosh, I love strawberry jam. I love strawberry anything. Even if it's a bit hard to find actual good strawberries. But yeah. Definitely one of my favorite fruits. And not rhubarb strawberry, not just strawberries. Jams are chunky and jelly smooth. That's a much more efficient way to separate them. Yeah, that's it. Hey, Diane! It's nice to see you. So yeah, Diane says, jelly is made with juice only. Jam is made with parts of the fruits as well as the juice. Which would also explain why jelly is often translucent. It's really like Jell-O. We have strawberries now in our garden, so I hope I'll make some from our own plants. Oh, I hope you'll be able to make some too. It always looks like a lot of work, especially for the you know, making them shelf stable. So all the preserve work, the canning. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for, canning. It's about as confusing as learning the difference between the broth and the stock. I didn't know the difference was that stocks use bones and are unsalted. Well, I didn't know either. I just found out. Speaking of differences between various liquid meals or, you know, staples, why do people... Okay, this is an issue I always run into at the restaurant. Before I get into it and start rambling, I'm gonna say hi to Lynn and welcome back to Otto. Hi guys. Okay, so yeah, the big rambly part. What did I miss? We were talking about jelly and jam and PB&J and what kind of jam people like. Or I think I mentioned the maple slushy, but I think I've talked to you about it already. But okay, soup. Let's say you're at the restaurant and the soup of the day, you see that there's a soup of the day and it says maybe I don't know what it is in English, but it's a potage. And what I had learned was that potages, no, I don't know what it is in English, but potage is basically a soup that you blend, and the soup has been cooked with the potato. So when you blend it, it has this specific consistency because of the potato, and that's a potage. Then you have like a minestrone or, you know, regular chunky soup with some sort of clear broth. And you also have creams, which are blended soups with cream. Everything is sort of really simple, I felt like, but every time I go to the restaurant and I ask them, what is the soup of the day? And they tell me, oh, it's a potage. And I'm like, oh, well, is it dairy-free? And they're like, well, nah, it has cream in it. And I'm always like, why the attitude, bro? If it's a freaking potage, it shouldn't have cream in it, you dumb. And I get so bothered with it. I'm like, if it has cream in it, call it a cream. Can you just freaking get your stuff sorted out properly so people with allergies can figure it out and don't have to ask the really unfriendly waiter for more indication about the food that's in the menu. Like, I feel like people really underestimate how being precise in the menu is important for people with food allergies. Because like another similar thing that happened once was I saw that there was a pizza that was described without cheese on it, and every other pizza of the menu was described with having cheese on it. So I was like, oh, awesome! This one doesn't have any cheese. So that's what I ordered, because I was like, yeah, they had the precision of the cheese on every other pizza, but not this one. So I think it's fair to assume that it might not have cheese on it. And of course it had cheese on it, so I had to have another one made, and I felt bad because I don't like when that has to happen, but at the same time I was like, dude, write that the pizza has cheese on it. It's so stupid. Like spaghetti carbonara with cream. Yeah, same kind of... I mean, words mean something. Obviously not cooks or chefs waiting on you. Obviously. But yeah, I'm just sort of really bothered by these distinctions, just because it's quite different, and I kind of bothers me that sometimes some places are like, they don't bother with the distinction between a potage and a cream, and it's absolutely dairy-free and vegan, but it's made with meat stock, and you're like, for Pete's sake. Totally fair to some that. Thank you. I'm glad it's not just me. I totally know what you mean. It sucks having to nitpick or be assertive as a customer, as an introvert. And the thing is that unless I'm wrong, everybody who has had to sort of nitpick or demand tweaks on their food probably has many experiences of the thing not being done right. Like, I remember once asking if like the veggies in the extras section of this menu, what are they cooked in? And is it possible to have them cooked in like something else than butter, like olive oil? You would assume that every kitchen has olive oil somewhere. Like, it's not fancy, it's pretty common. But no, I got good old veggies cooked in butter, and I was like, oh well, I'm gonna eat these veggies cooked in butter, I guess. It's just like, good thing I'm not deathly allergic to something, you know. If your food descriptions don't match your reality as a restaurateur, you should be apologetic, not salty. Yes, thank you. Nancy says, the only country I found had acceptable menus with true lists of ingredients was in England. If they called the dish vegan, it was. That's good to know. I mean, come on, restaurants. It's not that hard to have one item on the menu that's vegan. And it doesn't even have to be fancy. Like, there are many things that are vegan by default, or that you can really easily make vegan. And it would be so nice as an introvert person with food allergies to just be able to see something in the menu that I can be like, I want this, like everything is this, and this is perfect. So please give me this. I don't have to ask for any edits. I don't have to ask for any changes. Just, this is good. But no, for everything else, like, you go to a Italian restaurant. Italian restaurants are ones I don't go to much anymore because there's Parmesan in everything. And I kind of, they always look at me like I'm so stupid when I ask if they put Parmesan in their plain marinara sauce. And I'm like, dude, you don't know the reality of finding cheese in everything, or asking for no cheese and there being cheese anyway, and then when you bring it up, they're like, oh no, there's no cheese on this. And I'm like, yeah, sure, I'm crazy for tasting Parmesan on there. That's absolutely not a very strong taste. What are you talking about? I'm really bothered. Anytime my order is done wrong, I can't bring it back, even with fast food. Some foods I can't eat, but the fact of going back and saying you did it wrong with this... Oh no, I'm so sorry. I totally know what you mean. It's such a difficult thing to do because I don't like it either. And I always feel like, first of all, it makes me feel bad because it means waste, but then I'm like, they're gonna spit in my food. Like, they're on rush. They have to deliver stuff, and I come back and this is not properly done like I asked, and they're gonna be like, picky person, but like, they assume you're difficult, but it's like, no. We had a takeaway tonight. I don't know what was in the food, but we both came out with allergy reactions. James doesn't even have any... What? Whoa, that's so weird. So Patricia says, I've learned from experience that there are a lot of people who don't believe in food allergies. People who think cheese is not there. What? Cheese is not dairy. I give up. That's it. Okay, sure. What? Elise says the number of vegans and vegetarians I've met that have been subjected to vegan and vegetarian dishes containing bacon sprinkles is kind of enraging. I've had that happen to me. Like a dish was labeled as vegetarian, but it had bonito flakes on it. And I asked them, and I was like, is this sort of like a different type of like fake bonito flakes or something? And they were like, no. So I was like, so it's fish? And they were like, yeah. Like, so it's not vegetarian? And they were like, yeah. Or gluten contamination in the cooking, no. Yeah, there were cases of, Oh, wait, what? Hold on, Uta says that's what we're thinking. It left us both of us with this really weird taste in our mouths. Like, what? What's the food? Oh, are you for real, Alex? Did you really hear that? Gluten contamination and the cook saying, no, that will be killed with the heat when it's cooked. Dude, you don't kill gluten with heat. What? Whoa, swollen lip. Whoa, that's really concerning. I probably the good idea to not order that again. Oh, good gosh. Oh yeah, and it says I can't eat peanuts, and usually ask if there are any in my food, but sometimes they would decorate my meal with peanuts. It's like all you had to do was not put them on. Oh, have a good lunch, Phoebe. Ah, that's great news. So Otto says, oh, I just want to thank each and every one of you for helping out with Jet and Opal taking their meds. It worked really well and they both completed their meds. That's excellent news. That's the kind of news we need more of. Like positive stuff. I watched a show once about the issue of food allergies and takeout and all of that, and it was a BBC it was set in England, so I don't know exactly which chain it was, but basically they were saying how there had been deaths associated with people buying wait, it was an Indian dish. It was it butter chicken, something like that, but like the actual recipe asks for almond powder, and to save a bit of money, the restaurateur were using peanut powder, and the people who died were allergic to peanuts. And yeah, that's like you can't even trust. The same thing with the potage and the creams, like you think you're fine because you know a recipe shouldn't use a specific ingredient, but you never really know unless you make it yourself. I had a discussion once why bone stock is still meat in Spanish. Only enough to order solo verduras. Oh, but by all means. Of course. Always. Yeah, definitely not all cooks take allergies seriously. I think I've talked about it, but the one time I asked for the pizza with no cheese, And I was convinced there was Parmesan on there. And this dumb freaking cook wouldn't believe me. And I'm like, it's so degrading, because it's like, it's no biggie if you put Parmesan on there, just tell me. And I mean, it's not like it's a huge waste, it's just a pizza crust with tomato sauce on it. There's no meat, there's nothing pricey on there. You can absorb that extra expense, I'm fairly sure. Mister, I work at a chain of restaurants. But no, the dude like had to be like, oh no, there's absolutely no Parmesan on there. What? And I was like, And yeah, and we went another day with a different cook, and I ordered the exact same thing, and it didn't taste the same. Gee, I wonder why. What could it be? Can't you just take them off? You kind of want to start explaining people what... Like, I don't have any such allergies, but some people have really terrible contact allergies. You can't just take it off. You're better off eating somewhere else, though, in those cases. So Nicole says, I can tell you from working at a place that makes gluten-free baking mixes, about 75% of my coworkers were rolling their eyes when we told them to be certified gluten-free we had to have 4 audits a year. They assumed it was a fad diet. Oh. Jet is factually on the highway to health. Aww. Otto says she's calmed down a lot again now. Oh, that's also great news. Liz says, I'm so glad Jet is also better. My heart breaks for that little socially awkward fluff butt. Otto says, she so is that little socially awkward fluff butt. That's gonna be her full name from now. Jet, little socially awkward fluff butt cano. And it says, since I make almost every meal at home, I feel better. Yeah, it's kind of such a relief to know that you can trust the food you're eating to not include anything unsavory or dangerous, and not have to stress over that all the time. Home-cooked meals are usually better, but I do get food block. No inspiration for the hot meal. Oh yeah. I'm always out of inspiration, so we eat the most basic stuff. When it's warm like this, one of our go-to is just to get a jar of good salsa and a bag of good tortilla chips, and have tortilla chips and salsa. The end. And it's delicious. And it's, you know, it's simple, and it's not hot, and I don't have to cook anything. There's no such thing as gluten intolerance or a little gluten intolerance. You have celiac or you don't. Can you be sensitive to gluten without having celiac? Like, there's so many people who say they feel better when they don't eat any gluten, but they're not celiac, so I wonder what it is. Or could be just psychologic. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by, Nancy. Have a great weekend. Tortilla chips and salsa, especially if it's fresh salsa. Well, That wouldn't roll in this household. I buy jarred salsa and I blend it into a really smooth sauce. Because yeah, but you can also have it with guacamole or any kind of smashed avocado you want, or any kind of salsa you want. I know some people make like there's pico de gallo, and you can have pineapple salsa or mango salsa or whatever. But it's just so refreshing and such an easy meal to put together. But it's also really fun to eat because you have this psychological joy of eating tortilla chips. Because let's face it, tortilla chips are awesome. The people who say I need gluten-free then start asking for things that don't exist gluten-free and talking about their fad diet. Like, it definitely comes with its own health problems, yes. Yeah, I saw, when I was doing the shopping online, I saw the gluten-free bagels and I felt so sad for people who, apparently they're good, they got 5-star rating or so. But I'm like, dude, you're not supposed really to be able to get gluten-free bagels. That's one of those things that, you know, it's sort of don't really exist as such. I am gluten intolerant but don't have celiac. I have an autoimmune disease. Hashimoto's and the gluten protein is close enough to... Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I can see that. Non-celiac gluten... Hey, fairy dust, hi! Sensitivity is debated, but... Yeah, I mean, it could be something else, like what Patricia is saying. Because sometimes we just have the... Like just let's just say someone is having issues, like whenever they eat something with gluten they feel bad, but they're not celiac. I mean, there might be something else, but we might not have found out what it is exactly yet. I'm gonna have to go get some water for painting. It's one thing I must do though, is remember to put the things back in the tin when I'm done. Because otherwise, what's the point of having a tin? Should I try to bring in Peko? Should I attempt that? So she can put fur all over the place. As Pekos do. bébé. Check ici, il fait frais, on est bien. Ah ouais, oui, t'es contente. Dis bonjour à ton fan club, bébé. Coucou. Brr. Salut Péco. Salut petit chat. Oh, t'as trouvé une ficelle. Oh, t'as trouvé une ficelle. There you go. Hey bébé. C'est ça. C'est trouvé. Salut. Salut Minette. She's so happy. Tu dis bonjour à tes amis? Ouais. Bon. Salut bébite. I told her fan club was needing her. Right, Tiny Bean? Hmm? Hey, Pipette. Veux-tu tout faire tomber? Oh, she's shedding so much. Yann. T'es tellement cute, Minette. Who is the cutest, sweetest of them all? It's you. It's Tiny Pico. She's so happy. Ah, qu'est-ce que tu fais? Tu vas tout faire tomber. Tu vas tout faire tomber, Pico. Toi, tu mets ta face dans le micro pour qu'on t'entende, Bibi. J'ai perdu ton poil. Salut. Salut, ma belle Minette. Qu'est-ce que tu fais? What are you doing? But. Do you want to play with the string? T'es trop cute. T'es ben trop cute. Ouais. Niap. he's talking French to a pickle. Did you hear that, pickle? You're a pickle. Pickle, pickle, pickle. Yeah, yeah. C'est quel cordon? I wish I knew. Why is Pickle so sweet? I don't know. What did you do to your hair? What happened? T'es trop cute. T'es tellement cute. Hey, pipi. She is Laura's big Canadian sister. Apologies for showing my legs, but this is where it's happening. She's leaving a bunch of wet nose marks, or like when she tries to bite the string. There's a bunch of tiny wet marks on my desk. Hey, have a great weekend, Patricia. Thank you so much for being here. Say hi to Sydney for us. You are so cute, Pico. What if we do this? Non, c'est pas aussi le fun. C'est quoi qui est le fun? Tellement goofy. Pro. Why are you so cute? Why are you so cute? Oh, petite binette. Petting Peko is making me warm. I hate this weather. I'm not sure the cats like it any more than I do. I mean, they have fur on. Well, it could provide a bit more insulation from the heat, but yeah. I think I will call it a day here because I'm getting super sweaty and hot, and I don't want this baby to be too hot either. It's really hard because if I pet her, I feel like I'm making her warmer, but she's so soft. How am I supposed to not want to pet her? It's the Peko dilemma. There's a big difference between basking in the sun and baking like a cookie. Yep. Alright, so Peko will help me with the announcements. First of all, thank you everyone for being here today. Great big thanks to Otto and Lise for moderating. I really appreciate it. There's a bunch of links in the description if you're curious. We have a link to the Discord channel that we have set up. If you want to keep the discussion going during the week, it's a lot of fun, it's free, it's easy to set up, and we have a bunch of topics in there that are pretty cool. What's up with you? And it's a lot of fun. And what else? Yeah, in the description there are links to Patreon, Ko-fi, all kinds of platforms, Etsy. Did I put the Etsy? I think so. And yeah, also if you haven't, I would be surprised, but if for some reason you're not familiar with Otto's channel, I would highly encourage you to check it out. No, Mom, no, don't put the string on me. No, Mom, no, I don't want, no. So from Peko and I, we wish you a lovely weekend, and I hope you're gonna not be too melty, and hopefully we will have a more pleasant temperature next weekend for the next Caturday live stream. Do you have final words to say, Peko? No? Nothing? Alright, so thank you guys for being here. Have a great weekend, and we will see each other quite soon. Bye bye. It's